Well, let's go back to our channel. Imagine that you're sitting next to a woman who has your full attention. Not just pretty, there's something about her presence, her energy, that makes time feel like it's moving in slow motion. Now, what if I told you that just a few carefully chosen words could make her feel the exact same way about you? Sounds like magic, right? But here's the harsh truth. Most guys miss this opportunity entirely. They rely on tired cliches and empty flattery, thinking a simple "you're beautiful" will do the trick. Spoiler alert, it won't. The real secret lies in delivering compliments that go beyond the surface. Compliments that cut through the noise and speak directly to her soul. See, what women truly crave isn't validation of their looks, but recognition of who they are beneath the surface. And that's where the power of Stoic wisdom comes in. The ancient Stoics knew that the quality of your words reflects the quality of your thoughts, and in the game of add-action, words are everything. Today I'm going to reveal the top 4 forbidden compliments that not only make women notice you, but also create a lasting magnetic attraction. These compliments aren't just any old ones, they're psychological triggers that, when used correctly, can change how she sees you. Stay tuned, because what I'm about to share could change the way you connect with women forever. Also, if you're ready to change your mind and learn how to master the art of attraction through Stoic philosophy, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon. Let's get 1,000 likes and find out how to make strong connections. Okay, let's get one thing straight. Because compliments are more than just a way to make a woman smile, they can also be used to build a deeper connection with her. If you use them correctly, the right compliment can make her feel truly seen, valued, and yes, even a little obsessed with you. But here's the problem. Most guys throw out platitudes like "you're beautiful" or "I love your smile" in the hopes of sparking a conversation. But here's the harsh truth. These compliments rarely leave a lasting impression because they're surface level and easy to forget. Plus, women hear these things all the time because they're lazy. What they don't hear enough are compliments that speak to their inner world, to the parts of themselves that they guard closely and only share with people they trust. This is where Stoicism can help you step up your game. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. In the same way, the success of your relationships depends on the quality of your words." Stoics believe in speaking with intention and depth, choosing words that add value and reflect a deeper understanding of the world and the people around them. When you learn to give compliments that go beyond the obvious, you're not just saying something nice, you're planting a seed in her mind, a thought that replays long after you're gone, a feeling that lingers, making her wonder why you stand out when everyone else just blends into the background, and that, my friend, is where the real power lies. Stick with me, because now we're diving into the 4 forbidden hidden compliments that will make her see you in a way she's never seen any man before. Let's dive straight. Compliment into the first forbidden compliment. The way you stay calm under pressure is something I really admire. Now, this might not sound as flashy as "you're gorgeous," but trust me, this one hits differently. Why? Because while most men are busy complimenting her looks, you are recognizing something far more valuable: her inner strength. Women face pressures every single day. Say, whether it's balancing a career, managing family expectations, or simply dealing with a daily chaos of life, staying composed is no small feat. When you acknowledge her ability to remain calm. When you're under a lot of stress, you tell her, "I see you. I see the strength that others miss. My friend is gold." As you can tell, she just got off a stressful work call, but she handled it with grace. Instead of saying something like, "I hope you're okay," she said, "I really admire how calm you stayed through all of that. Most people would have crumbled, but you handled it like a boss." Suddenly, you're not just the guy who noticed her, you're the guy who gets her. This is where Stoicism comes in. Stoics believe that true strength lies in controlling one's emotions. Marcus Aurelius wrote that what stops action becomes action, and what stands in the way becomes the way by praising her calmness. Not only are you recognizing a strong trait, but you're also in line with a core Stoic principle. See problems as chances to show your inner strength. But here's a pro tip. Timing is everything. You can't just drop this compliment out of nowhere. It needs to feel earned and authentic. Use it when she's actually demonstrated her composure, whether it's during a tough day at work, handling a personal crisis, or even navigating a stressful social situation. When timed WR, this compliment doesn't just boost her confidence, it reinforces that you are a high-value man who sees beyond the surface. Now let's take it a step further. When you give this compliment, make sure your tone matches your words. It should be calm, sincere, and a little bit understated. You want her to feel that you're observing, not evaluating. The magic happens when she senses that you truly admire her strength, not because it benefits you, but because it's a rare and beautiful quality in its own right. A lot of guys think attraction is about creating fireworks, but the truth is the real spark happens in the quiet moments, when she feels seen and understood. That's when you become unforgettable. So next time you're with a woman who handles pressure like a pro, don't just notice it, acknowledge it, and watch as she starts to see you in a whole new light. But that's just the start. Let's talk about 3 more banned praises. Trust me, they get better after this. Keep reading, because the next one will change everything as you learn what really makes her tick. Okay, let us move on to the second praise that is not allowed. I admire how dedicated you are to your work. The way you talk about your passion is truly inspiring. This isn't your average compliment. It's not just telling her she's smart or works hard. It's about showing her that you see what drives her, that spark in her eye when she talks about her goals, dreams, or side project she's been putting her whole heart into. But you're going to show her that you really get it. Think about it. When you tell her you appreciate her for more than what's on the surface, you're telling her you value her for who she is. Her, I see more than what's obvious. Trust me, I see the real you. And that doesn't happen very often because most people are too busy with their own lives to really understand what makes someone else tick. It would be more interesting if she talked about her current art project, the charity event she's planning, or how she's been learning a new skill instead of just saying, "That's awesome." It's truly amazing to see someone so passionate about their work, like the way you light up when you talk about it. Do you see the difference? This compliment recognizes her passion and the energy she puts into the world. It makes her feel seen and understood, and most importantly, it validates something deeper than her appearance. This is where Stoicism amplifies the impact of what the Stoics teach us about living with purpose and aligning our actions with our core values. When you admire her dedication, you're showing that you value the virtues that Stoics hold dear: commitment, discipline, and living with intention. You're not just trying to impress her, you're a man who respects and cherishes the beauty of a purposeful life. But timing is key. You can't just throw this compliment at her. She needs to be honest about something about herself. When she's vulnerable, excited, or proud, that's when your words will have the most impact. Ask her more about her interests, what drew her to them, what she loves most about them, and what the hardest thing about them has been. This not only makes the conversation more interesting, but it also shows that your compliment was sincere and not just a passing comment. A lot of guys stay in the shallow end of the pool, but if you're ready to dive deeper, this is how you do it. You make her feel like her passions matter, that her voice is heard, and that she is valued not just for who she is now, but also for who she is becoming. And speaking of becoming, the next compliment is all about recognizing her journey and celebrating not only who she is now, but also how far she's come. Stay with me, because the next one is a real game share. I really admire how hard you're working. It's great to see your dedication paying off. See, most people are quick to celebrate big wins like promotions, awards, and other obvious accomplishments, but not many truly appreciate the journey and the many small steps that led to those victories. When you praise her progress instead of just the end result, you stand out from the crowd and show her that you see the effort, the grind, the persistence, and the things that most people overlook. Think about it. When was the last time someone noticed how much work she put into that presentation at work, how dedicated she was to finishing that side project, or even how disciplined she's been with her fitness goals? Probably not often. Most people will only celebrate the big reveal, but you're the guy who notices the hustle, the late nights, and the quiet moments of persistence. Imagine this. She's been putting in extra hours at work, or maybe she's been training for a marathon instead of waiting until she crosses the finish line. Say something like, "I see how much effort you've been putting in." It's inspiring to watch someone so committed to their growth. This isn't just a compliment, it's recognition, it's validation, and it's showing her that you respect the process, not just the product. And here's where Stoicism adds another layer of depth. The Stoics believed in the journey over the destination, as Seneca wisely said. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, when you celebrate her progress. You are aligning with this Stoic principle. You're showing her that the real victory lies in the discipline, the resilience, and the courage to keep going, even when the results aren't immediate. But let's get practical. The most important thing about giving this compliment is when it's given. When she's feeling a little worn out, or even when she questions whether her efforts are worth it. When she feels seen. During those vulnerable times, your words will hit her much deeper. This isn't about overdoing it. It's about picking the moments that really matter, when she needs a reminder of how far she's come. A powerful twist is to be more specific when you praise someone instead of just saying, "Great job." I remember when you first started this project, and seeing how much you've grown since then is truly inspiring. This not only shows that you've been paying attention, but it also reassures her that her progress is being noticed. Attraction isn't just about making her feel good in the moment, it's about building a connection that lasts. When you're the one who recognizes and celebrates her journey, you become someone she wants to keep around because, let's face it, Jen, appreciation is rare and tea. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's move on to the fourth and most daring praise. I love how you're not afraid to show off your flaws. It shows how honest and sure of yourself you are. This isn't your average compliment. It's risky, it's honest, and when delivered correctly, it's very powerful. Why? Because most guys focus on pointing out her strengths, while very few dare to acknowledge and appreciate her flaws. But here's the secret. Real confidence isn't about being perfect. That's what it means to be real, and I love how she can own her bad side, which is something we all have. Society often expects women to hide their flaws, insecurities, and messy sides, so they can always present a polished and perfect image. When you tell her, "I love how you're not afraid to show the imperfect side of you," you give her a rare and precious gift, permission to be herself without shame. Imagine that she just told you about a mistake she made, a struggle she's been through, or even a weird habit she's a little embarrassed about. Most guys would try to brush it off or quickly change the subject to avoid making her feel bad, but you lean in and say, "It makes you even more amazing that you're so honest about this." It's nice to meet someone who is so honest. What you're doing here is more than just complimenting me. You're earning her trust by showing her that being vulnerable is not a weakness but a strength. You're making yourself available as a safe space where she can talk to you without worrying about being judged. From a Stoic point of view, my friend, is an entirely different kind of attraction. This is directly related to the idea of amati, which means the love of fate in all its flaws. Stoics believe that we should accept life as it is, including the parts of ourselves that we might not be proud of. As Epictetus said, the men are disturbed not by things but by the view which they take of them. When you compliment someone on their flaws, you show that your opinion of her isn't based on societal expectations, but on real appreciation. But keep in mind that this is an artful compliment. Pick the right time to talk to her when she's already being open and honest, like when she's telling a story or admitting something that most people would try to hide. And when you do, be cool and honest. You're not trying to fix her or be the hero. You're just recognizing and appreciating how real she is. Most guys stay in the shallow end of things. People like Waters are afraid to talk about the deeper, more complicated parts of who she is, but if you want to stand out and make a connection based on more than just attraction, you need to go deeper. You need to show her that you see all of her, the good and the bad, and that both are beautiful. And here's the catch: when a woman feels truly accepted, not just in her best moments, but also in her worst, she will naturally gravitate towards you, because deep down we're all looking for that one person who sees the real us and still chooses to stay. We've talked a lot, but there's one more thing you need to know before we wrap up. Stay tuned, because what comes next could make or break your game. Now that you know 4 strong forbidden compliments, let's talk about what not to do, because even the best praise can throw you off. Worse backfire if sent in the wrong way. Overusing compliments is the first mistake most guys make. If you compliment her every other sentence, it stops feeling natural and comes off as needy or fake, like you're trying too hard to win her over. Instead, pick your moments carefully. Compliments should feel earned, not forced. Another common mistake is being too general. Telling her she's beautiful is nice, but she's heard that a million times before. Instead, compliment something unique about her that not everyone notices. This shows that you're paying attention and not just throwing out empty praise. Finally, if you're complimenting her to get something in return, she'll know. When you give a compliment, you're showing appreciation, not needing approval. The key is to make sure your compliments feel natural and genuine. They should come from a place of genuine admiration, not a scripted performance to impress. When you get this right, your words become more than just compliments. They become moments of real connection. And speaking of connections, let's end with some final thoughts and a powerful takeaway that will change the way you approach relationships forever. Stay tuned, because this last part is the cherry on top, leaving an unforgettable impression. That's all there is to it, the 4 praises you shouldn't give that go deep and build real, lasting relationships. There's been a lot of talk about admiring her inner strength, celebrating her interests, noticing her progress, and even accepting her flaws. These aren't just compliments, they're ways to start relationships that are deeper and more important. Most guys are stuck in a loop of empty compliments, thinking that "you look great" will get them what they want. A real Stoic knows that real attraction isn't about approval, it's about recognizing who she really is, not just what the world sees on the outside. When you master the art of giving genuine, thought-provoking compliments, you're not only making her feel good in the moment, you're planting a seed in her mind that keeps you in her thoughts long after the conversation is over. You become that rare man who understands the power of words and uses them with wisdom and intention. But before you go, let me know which of these compliments surprised you the most. Insights that will change the game and timeless wisdom. Let's get 1,000 likes and keep reading about relationships through the lens of Stoicism. Until next time, remember that the quality of your words affects the quality of your